Boys! Welcome back to the great Ace Attorney. I forgot that I decided to leave off in the middle of a deduction last time. So the good news is we get to start today in the middle of the action. My new boyfriend, Herlock Sholmes. I don't know if you guys know this, but I might have mentioned it once or twice. My old boyfriend, he passed away. Well, no, actually, that makes it sound much more pleasant. He was murdered, actually, doinked on the head by a teenage girl, and it really sucked. So now I have a new boyfriend. His name is Herlock Sholmes. He's a bit eccentric and a bit neurotic and a bit not that bright. So so he's making deductions. I have to fix them for him, you know, like any good lover does. And that's where we kind of left off. So he is accusing, if I remember correctly from the week prior, well, first of all, why don't I get my hellos in order? Fiction of Grandeur, John Brown, Changeling DJ, Sanja, TJ Magix, got my breakfast burrito. Oh, is it breakfast there? Matt, good to see you. Jacob Welsh, Dave Abler, Breezy, and the rest of you. Hi. I'm already getting a little hot and bothered. Might I have to turn my heat down? Maybe. I'm gonna try and power through it though, because we'll see. I always forget how hot I get in front of my ring light. Yeah, so anyways, we're trying to solve a stabbing case, right? My client allegedly stabbed somebody. I allegedly think that he didn't do that. And instead of figuring out who's responsible for the stabbing, we are now sitting here inside of the home of this man, who's shaped like a crescent-shaped moon and is made, and we're deducing that they're like maybe possibly hiding a pet lion that ate the carpet. It's very out of pocket, and it doesn't seem like it relates in any way, shape, or form to what in the world could possibly be going on in our case. So I think the only thing we can do is refresh our memories, go through it again, and see if we get some better clues, right? That's probably the way to do it. So anyways, let's just jump into it, okay? It's been a long weekend. Did I do anything particularly exciting? This past weekend? No, this upcoming weekend, your boy's gonna be in Toronto. I'm sorry, I know that Canadians hate when I say it, Toronto. A friend of mine, he is aging, he is having a birthday, and I'm going into the city to celebrate. And I don't know, maybe be a slut or something. Also, tomorrow morning, I'm supposed to get up at like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning because a boy that I am tragically in love with, he wants to try and work out super early in the morning before like his job, and I was like, we should do that together. And I don't get up that early, that's a bit ridiculous, but I'm gonna try to for once, so I'll let you guys know how that goes. I think I'm gonna go swimming. Anyways, Mr. Sholmes, I digress to you. Take it away. Let's play the game. Let's do the thing that the people are here to see. That's right! You sought to dispose of this terrifying lion, Mr. Gadb. At Batty's Circus! A traveling show currently sojourning in a nearby park. I have observed the tents. You sold the savage lion, sir, to the circus troupe. Oh!
I most certainly did not.
I believe I've made my point. The fearsome beast which ran amok in this room was an Indian lion. And a simple visit to the circus will reveal the lion prancing jubilantly through a ring of fire. Nice. On that note, you've reached the conclusion. I think it's wrong. I am going to crack a window and turn down the heat because I'm sweaty in front of this. That should be better. So let me just actually take this and get this out of here. Okay, and we'll put this in, and then I'm gonna be ready to play. Then I'm gonna be ready to play the game. Actually, yeah. Good. You'd think I'd learned this shit by now, but here we are. Alright. Now, Mr. Gadb, where was I? It is plainly clear that you still have deep feelings for this formidable beast. Ooh, like bestiality? Or his pet? Indeed! In that blithe pose, the distress this loss has caused you is veritably tangible. Yeah, you're very verbose. Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders, the pain you feel being revealed by that supporting arm. Amid fits of tears, you let your beloved beast go. The strain of losing something so dear to you is clearly visible in your visage.
Nonsense, man! I simply,
But what we must now ask ourselves is the true cause of this pain. And we need only follow the direction of your gaze to find the answer. Also, Tezcal. Whoa, been watching the stream for all the Ace Attorney games and a couple of other games. It's always a fun time. Greetings from Germany. Hallo. Wie geht es Ihnen? Yeah, so I like to think of myself as somebody who is supposed to know the German language and doesn't, even though I took it literally up through college, not up to college, through college, all through high school. Never been to Germany, but this March, I am going for the very first time, and I'm excited. I'm actually doing like we've talked about this before, my very hectic European travel trip that might be an actual disaster, but the plan is to hit London and Paris, so France, and Prague, but also Germany. Where was I supposed to go in Germany? I believe I'm going to Berlin. The reason I'm forgetting the details right now is I was not the mastermind planner, and we had discussed multiple ideas of where to go between Berlin, Munich, and Amsterdam. I'm pretty confident we settled on Berlin, but I should double check that. Regardless, I'm very much looking forward to going and checking it out finally. And if it goes well, I would like to make multiple trips because I would like to see several of the big German cities. Anyways, distracted. Not the point. Focus. All right, we need only the direction of your gaze to find the answer. Yes, it is this pile of bills that has given rise to the pain that you suffer. Every envelope contains another demand for payment. For cartloads of meat, potatoes, wheat, and tea. Indeed, feeding your beloved has had a devastating impact on the financial circumstances of your household. Much like raising a teenage boy. Honest to Christ, now that I'm an adult, I have a newfound respect for my parents because I was a teenage boy. And very similar to the character of Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, I didn't get fat, per se, from the food that I ate. That doesn't mean that I was healthy. Okay, what I got was skinny fat. And you guys have seen this struggle with me if you look at my slut content, right? As a skinny fat person, I gain weight the fastest in my gut and also my face, which I really don't fucking love. I do not really pack on fat in like my well, a little bit in my chest, but definitely not really in my arms. My little skinny legend arms, and definitely not in my skinny legend legs, those fucking chwink legs, versus some people who do put weight on pretty easily there. So as a skinny fat person, you put a shirt over my body, especially one that's a little bit loose fitting, I would never really look like a fat person in particular, but there is that like beer gut protrusion thing that has happened in the past. Anyways, getting sidetracked again. The point I was making is I was a bottomless pit as a teenage boy, and I could eat everything out of our family pantry in a matter of days. My mom would get home from the grocery store, buy like 3 packs of Oreo cookies, Cheez-Its, ice cream, chips, the whole shebang. She would stock a pantry full of snacks. They'd be gone because I would just simply eat them all. And now I look back on that, I'm like, holy shit, I must have wasted a lot of my parents' money on junk food. Oh, but that's what teenage boys do. It's the worst of us. Anyways, okay, so they're having financial struggles. I get it. And so you had no choice but to let it go.
Yes, well,
Now then, in a final fit of rage, the ferocious beast carried out one last unimaginable attack. Unimaginable? Also, wait, I thought we finished all of this. The aftermath, it's the rug. Yeah, I thought we were gonna be fixing this. Come on, can we... I don't mean to speed through this, but it's dawning on me that we're playing a repeat of this, but we're not actually solving anything. So perhaps I didn't save at the precise time to make this go onward. Okay, can we... There we go, the lion ate the carpet. Yeah, I remember this. Okay, I apologize. That was a slip up on my end. Anyways, there's your refresher. Previously on the Great Ace Attorney, this is what had happened. Yep, they're stunned. They're stupefied, and now here comes the burn.
damn it, woman! Joan!
Oh, sorry, Mr. Gadb. All right, can we fix this guy, his thoughts now? All right, because that's where I was going with this. Yep, Mr. Sholmes, sorry to butt in again, but this is the part where I save the day and I fix all of your logic. Okay. Yeah. The infused, highly appropriate taste. Afternoon tea. Yep. Lions, they love it. It's great. It's grand. Can I fix this now? Yeah, it's my turn again. Okay, here we go. Oh, boys. I love this game to death, but god damn it, does she test my patience sometimes. Okay. Okay. Let's do this. Yeah, okay. Yeah, for sure. Okay, oh my god, can we... okay. Start again, from the beginning. From the top, run it back, as if we don't listen to these dialogues enough. Course correction. Hold it, my guy. All right, back to the beginning. Here we go. Okay. Great detective can see that a fearsome beast has been on the rampage of late within the four walls. There's some hooligans afoot. Okay, thus we are faced with the question, what form might the beast take? For a man with a military breeding, your eyes are uncommonly candid. Sorry, this is the consequence of opening the window. Then I have to hear all the ruckus happening outside. All right, your furtive glance, Mr. Gadb, leads us directly to the answer. He's gonna say a lion. Do we disagree? Okay. We're gonna close the window, because they're like fucking rapping or some shit. We're just gonna have to deal with the excess heat because somebody is deciding to put on a concert outside, and my sensitive ears can't handle bad singing. Unless it's my own. I can listen to myself for hours. Okay. I'm doing a very bad job paying attention. Wait, hang on. My phone. One more moment. There is some really aggressive fighting happening outside. I don't know if you guys are able to hear it. I don't know if it's gonna pick up on the microphone. But there is some unkind yelling happening. And I'm eavesdropping. And I understand that this is a big distraction, and so I apologize for it, but there is some drama. Okay, I think they're stopping. Hang on. Jesus Christ. Okay. Well, it is an argument that is happening between two men outside beneath my apartment. They're in a car, so I'm hoping that they'll eventually just drive away. We also, what time is it? 7:18 p.m. All right, you know what? If their argument goes south and some type of murder happens, maybe I'll get to be a witness. Okay. I really didn't see the lion thing.
No, but if you observe Mr. Gadb's reaction, it rather seems as though some beast did indeed run amok here in this room.
Yeah, something with a very fierce nature. A beast with a very, very fierce nature. It was the maid. The big-boned maid. Game now, drama later. Yes, that's what we're going to do.
But it couldn't have been a lion transported from India. That's just silly.
So then, what was it?
Well, we have to follow Mr. Gadb's gaze. That'll lead us to the true answer.
Okay. Where is Mr. Gadb? Mr. Gadb, can I... What really causes it? Well, I guess we have to... Is there something behind the lion? What's this? Oh. Oh! Oh, no. What's this photograph?
It appears to be from Mr. Gadb's wedding.
He's married? Oh, is that supposed to be his wife? She looks a little small, no?
He looks very happy, doesn't he?
I don't know, your text box is blocking out his face. He does, but you can't make out his bride.
No, how unfortunate. Something must have struck the glass directly over the woman's face.
I wonder what happened. It's probably best not to delve too deeply here. Is it? Newlywed bride. I mean, this is super sus, right? Like, as sussy as it gets?
The glass is broken, so you can't see the bride's face at all.
Yeah, but no amount of cracks could hide the woman's plump form. Oh my god! Naruhodo, you fat-phobic piece of shit. I mean, same. Okay, here's the tea. So, either... Also, I'm not fat-phobic. Well, a little bit. I mean, I like to work out and stay in shape as a former skinny fat person, you know? And then some people really fucking shit on me because I wanted to change my own body. It's... neither. Okay, I need to stop getting distracted. I'm having like an episode today or something. I can't focus. Anyways, I am gonna focus. The focusing that I'm going to focus on is if we are canonically saying, yo, this was a broad, a big plump broad. There are two plump women that we have met in this adventure. One of them we have actually met. She is standing right here in this room. She is the maid. Maybe my man is like a a Chad, and maybe she is like a trad wife, a Chad wife. Is it a trad wife? Maybe she's such a subservient housewife that he makes her dress as a maid. That's kind of fucked up. Or maybe his wife is the woman who was stabbed, because we did acknowledge that the woman who was stabbed was also pretty big. But we actually haven't met that woman yet. It's one of those two. I find her to be suspicious.
Mr. Naruhodo, I do think powerful would be a kinder word than plump.
Yeah, sure, whatever. It certainly looks like there's a lot of fucking horsepower there, boys. Oh no. He likes that BBW, big beautiful woman, to sit upon his face so that he can suffocate in those cheeks, my boys.
Mr. Naruhodo, you should probably just stop talking.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Okay. It's definitely not someone you'd want to upset, that's for sure. She might sit on you.
Look! Did you notice her wedding ring? Did you notice her Look! Did you notice her wedding ring? It's very large, isn't it?
Yeah. It's also a really unusual design, which is gay code for it's fucking ugly as sin.
It looks like some sort of embellished sunflower.
Right. Okay. Maybe present this? The newlywed bride. She's the beast you married. Oh, shit! The true nature of the beast that has run rampant here is revealed by the newlywed bride. That is offensive. Precisely, Mr. Naruhodo! No other explanation could possibly fit. Yes! This framed print pictures your wife, Mr. Gadb. And, while we lament the fact that her face is obscured, we can still make out her mighty arms, and note the considerable horsepower they must contain. I'm gonna cry! Indeed! Surely any woman of such powerful constitution would be honored to be described as a beast.
Oh, I was taking my daily constitutional.
Honored might be stretching it just a bit. It's too late! The fact remains that this beast of a woman, which so clearly savaged this room, was your wife, Mr. Gadb! I can't do it! It's too much! Ah! The chilling traces of a wild rampage are still very much in the evidence.
Well...
Yet, as we look around, the beast in question fails to present itself. Where could this angry creature have disappeared to? Madame!
Oh! Me?
I pray you do not consider me unchivalrous, but it is plain to me with one glance in your direction.
What is?
Your dress pocket! It gives us a handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts.
The poor, fragile, defenseless woman is beside herself.
Well, I don't know about fragile.
Oh dear. Anyway, Mr. Sholmes is quite right. There's no sign of Mrs. Gadb anywhere.
But it seems there may be a clue as to her whereabouts. A clue that this maid is trying to hide. I wonder, where could Mr. Gadb's wife be? I mean, is it this woman? Is there another? Oh, gee, oh my god. Can we point out her flabby arms? Can we look at the note?
That certainly does appear to be a circus handbill poking out from her pocket. Batty's Circus, currently performing shows in a park not far from here.
You don't think? Surely Mr. Gadb didn't sell his wife to the circus. Oh my god.
Mr. Naruhodo! How can you even think of such a thing?
I'm just kidding. Kind of.
Besides, I would have gone with, do you think he fed her to his pet lion?
That's somehow worse. Yeah, I guess. Okay. Alright, look. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, what else can I observe? The teapot?
Oh, what a charming little teapot, and it's in pristine condition. Joan has been pouring some deliciously fragrant tea from it for Mr. Gadb, hasn't she?
Not really so much for him. Have you not been paying any attention? She's a conniving bitch. She's been setting him on fire.
Well, I wouldn't dream of drawing attention to it.
Yeah, of course not. Alright, your face? The maid herself? Two tightly shut eyes to avoid even the chance of a giveaway glance. Pursed lips to prevent any secrets from slipping out. Rounded cheeks to deflect any abuse that might be hurled her way. Yes, this is an unnervingly powerful woman, Miss Susato.
It's your turn of phrase that's unnerving, Mr. Naruhodo.
Right. Okay. Is there not anything else, though? I mean, surely it's the wife then, right? I don't really see, like, we can't really focus our attention anywhere other than this woman. So I guess presenter? Nope, that was wrong. Do I get punished for being wrong? I do, don't I? Uh-oh. 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 She's a goddess of destruction, oh my god! What spectacularly contrived logic led you to this mindless conclusion? Oh, well, I guess it was my mindless brain, actually. That's my show! Okay, fuck. There it goes. Alright, I'm learning. It's about time I get these things under my belt. Alright, Mr. Gadb's wife. It's just a question of finding out where she is. Alright, keep looking. Hunty! It's her fucking zigzag fucking eyes. Oh, jeez. Alright, it's very hard to control, actually. But, oh, wait! Oh, I see it. It's hiding. It's very difficult to get the angles. It's hiding under the fucking text box. She's wearing the fucking wedding ring. Yeah, zoom in on it. She's wearing a very large ring. Look.
Oh, yes. A sunflower design with some rather nice embellishments. And it's on the ring finger on her left hand. That means it's surely a wedding ring.
Right, yeah, okay. Sunflower design, it's the same thing. Great memory. I mean, we literally just saw it. All right, present.
Take that!
Got you. You sly little conniving woman. Just kidding. Not little. Your wedding ring gives us the handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts. We're still calling her a beast. Indeed it does! That flowery band gleaming on your finger gives it away. For it is identical to the one shown on the hand of Mr. Gadb's bride in the photographic print. So he made his bride his maid? In other words, you are no ordinary housemaid. No. You are Mr. Gadb's lucky bride. You are Mrs. Gadb herself. Oh my word! Woman? Ma'am? Can I have some tea?
Well, jolly fine detecting, sir. As you rightly surmised, this is my wife, yes. My Joan. Rather let herself go, you might say, but she was a Joan!
It would appear that you don't live in the most comfortable of circumstances. After all, you are a retired army man, yet you are in the business of renting out rooms. Alright, is this game just like we go around and call everybody poor to their face? I would assume, therefore, you have insufficient means to employ a maid. Would that be correct?
It's not right, I tell ya. I was the second lieutenant of the 3rd Regiment, Regina George. A man has pride, don't you know? By golly, it's a sorry thing when a chap can't even afford to have a single maid in his employ.
You made your wife pretend to be a maid so that you didn't look poor? Oh my god, straight men are something else. Yes, here in London, one is rather judged. A household cannot be considered worthy of society if it employs no staff at all. Though, in my considered opinion, such concerns about appearances are a folly. You mean Mr. Gadb has his wife work as his maid? Precisely! Am I right, Mr. Gadb? That's wild.
Only in company, obviously, but listen here.
This must remain a secret.
Tip-top secret, please.
Sam Newton, hello, welcome to the chat. Alright, so topic 1, the nature of the beast, the raging wife of Mr. Gadb. Oh, formerly known as Gaming Pip. Okay. So, are we to suggest that this foul beast ate the carpet? No, Mr. Gadb. It is plainly clear that you still have deep feelings for this formidable beast. Yeah, he should. It's his wife. Indeed, in that blithe pose, the distress this loss has caused you is veritably tangible. Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders, the pain you feel being revealed by that supporting arm. Mr. Sholmes is quite something. He's still calling Mr. Gadb's wife a beast.
Yeah, you know, as a woman, that feels rather uncomfortable.
But Mrs. Gadb is standing beside her husband as we speak. In other words, he hasn't lost his beloved at all, right?
Well, that's true, yeah. So perhaps that supporting arm that seems to be propping up his head has some type of other significance.
According to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Gadb's pain is tangible, though. What could that pose of his really signify? Can we turn his face around? Can we look at his fucking scar, maybe? Slapped? Slapped cheek? Boys. Am I intervening in some domestic abuse right now? Do I need to get a therapist up in here? Oh my god! I thought it was a scar like Prince Zuko. He's just had the face slapped off of him. That is a bright red mark.
Gosh! That's really quite something, and clearly made by somebody's hand.
Yeah, Mr. Gadb's been slapped on the face, it seems. And hard. I've never seen such a clearly defined mark.
Well, who do you think could have done such a thing?
There's a very limited number of candidates, is what I would say.
Take that!
Oh no. Mr. Gadb. Do you need an adult? Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders, the pain you feel being revealed by that slap on the cheek. And of course, the deliverer of that impressive mark on your cheek that refuses to fade was you, Madam Joan Gadb.
Oh! Well, yes! I slapped my own cheek, too!
You have been desperate to hide the slap mark on your cheek, sir.
Ah!
It is wild that we came to this from an original standpoint of he's hiding a lion.
How in the blazes did you work that out, man?
Nothing escapes the notice of one trained in the art of observation, my dear fellow. That's why you haven't looked directly at us even once. To keep your other side from view. Now, let us proceed to the next conundrum. Why were you subjected to such a violent slap? In other words, we must ask ourselves, what caused Madame Gadb to fly into a rage? Oh, she's looking at something. Her eye is peeking. We need only follow the direction of your gaze to find the answer. Yes, it is the pile of bills that has given rise to the pain you suffer. No, what's maybe the book?
Didn't Mr. Sholmes say that the bills were all for lion fodder?
Well, yeah, but we've established the lion never existed. That can only mean that the thing responsible for gobbling up all that food is Mr. Gadb's wife.
Mr. Naruhodo! She is a person, not a thing!
What she's going to be is dead soon. Ooh, and that's on clogged arteries. I am digging myself into a deeper and deeper hole. This game is bringing it out of me. You have to understand. I am a very passionate person about this topic because I'm a health influencer. No, not really, but here's the thing. If we're gonna open this can of worms, right? I believe that all ideologies can be pushed to two radicals of extremes, right? And I'm somebody who's gotten like in trouble on the internet before by the fat community. I've been harassed by them in the past. This happened like maybe a year ago, and clearly I'm still not over it. It was some tweet, somebody asked me something, and I talked about how I find both undereating and overeating to be unhealthy habits that should probably be worked on with like through doctors, dietitians, therapy, whatever have you. And it was just, I don't like the hypocrisy of the fact that underweight is still acknowledged as being physically unhealthy. You know, you can look at somebody like Eugenia Cooney or somebody who's suffering from anorexia and be like, girl, you gotta eat, right? We gotta fix that problem. And on the opposite end, though, when it comes to obesity, we're not talking about a little pushing for the cushion, okay? Which to me is what the body positivity movement was all about, because is it absolutely insane and ridiculous that women are supposed to be a perfect hourglass, size 0? Yeah, and that men are supposed to have perfect six-pack abs. No, having body fat is normal. Sitting down and having fat rolls is normal. All right? It's like, no, you don't have to be in this pristine condition and hold yourself to an unrealistic standard. But that doesn't mean that we should push it to the extreme of you should hold yourself to no standard. And so then it's like, the question becomes, well, like, okay, can you acknowledge that at a certain size, obesity becomes a little too much? I don't know. I've gotten the shit taken out of me for publicly sharing that opinion like once in my life, and I've been very salty about it ever since, because everybody, like, it's just, influencer culture has been pushing this narrative that you should, that if you are somebody who wants to lose weight, you're actually a bad person, and you should only do it if, like, I guess you're on your deathbed, and unless you're actively dying, you shouldn't be losing weight, because then you're being fat phobic and you're pushing the narrative that losing weight is like a shitty thing to do and that being fat is inherently a bad thing. Live your own life, do whatever you want to do. But when you're on TikTok and shit and you're telling teenagers that they shouldn't monitor what they eat, they shouldn't try losing any weight at all, they should be as obese as they want and it's no big deal. And you're saying that, well, you are somebody who is obese in your 20s and you still have youth on your side, you'll see that being fat does cause problems chronically throughout the rest of your life, and they compound over time. So you might feel great and have great blood work in your 20s. You're probably not going to in your 30s. You're probably not going to in your 40s. You might start dropping dead in your 50s. It's a real thing. And instead of just being like, it's just who I am, and there should be nothing I should do. I'm like, take some initiative in your life. Do something. Oh. I'm getting heated. I need to go on a Jubilee video. No, I need to be much better prepared for that. I would need time to sit down and articulate my points in a way that's much nicer than this, because this is coming off as pretty crass. But it's just, yeah, you shouldn't hold people to unrealistic standards. You shouldn't bully people for their weight, because that's stupid as hell. That doesn't solve anybody's problems for anything. Let people live their own lives. But you also should not be actively promoting obesity as like the new it thing, and you shouldn't be discrediting doctors and medical staff and saying that they're fat phobic for expressing the information that obesity is linked to a whole myriad of other health conditions that arise in a person's lifetime. It's just simply a factor. And to their credit, it's also true that it's bullshit when people are like, oh, I'm working out for my health. No, most people, we're all vain. People are working out because they want to look a little bit better naked. The beautiful thing, though, is that it's a win-win, because on top of looking a little bit better naked, you also get these incredible health benefits. Of course, people can take it too far in the other extreme, too, which is why everything's in balance. You don't think that there's too much of a extremist ideology in the health and fitness community? Have you met the steroid queens? The people who are so obsessed with muscles that they're literally injecting themselves with hormones, and they're probably going to die earlier than the fat people. They're probably going to die in their mid-30s of heart attacks. Extremists on any side of any issue are still extremists, and when you find yourself in a position where you're a little bit of an extremist, you might want to take a step back and be like, whoa, am I going too deep down the rabbit hole in this ideology? Maybe I should, like, chill. That's all. Okay. Let's find out why Joan is mad, shall we? She is also a person who gave her husband a pretty big fucking slap across the face. One so hard that it left a perfect hand mark, in fact.
Yeah. Why would a woman want to hit her husband with such force, I wonder?
Maybe she's a dominatrix, and maybe it's how they do their kink play. I'd love to know the answer to that question. Okay, pile of bills, but let's also look at perhaps the book and the bookmark. Well, the bookmark. Okay.
Oh, someone must be reading this book at the moment. There's a bookmark here. Look. Mr. Gadb is clearly an avid reader.
I'm seeing some sussy lipstick. Was Mr. Gadb a cheater? Wait a minute. I don't think that this is a bookmark. Oh my god, and the other woman, our victim in this case, is also a large woman. We know that Mr. Gadb has a type. His type is BBWs, big beautiful woman. Is it possible, I'm hypothesizing, is it possible Mr. Gadb is cheating on his wife, who he's making pretend to be a maid, with victim woman? Does she have a name yet? I can't remember. Victim woman is the mistress. Wife, she's real pissed. She's like, what are you doing with that cow? I'm supposed to be your cow. Mr. Gadb's like, what you want me to do? I'm a man, and men, we need to breed. We need to find multiple women. And so Mr. Gadb, he keeps a bookmark with the kissy mark of his mistress in the book. Mrs. Gadb sees it. She flips out. She's like, this is an outrage. She goes, she stabs other woman, and then we end up here, and my client gets accused somehow, in some way, shape, and form. There's holes. I fill holes routinely, so it'll work out fine. We'll get to a conclusion. I'm on a path here, and I think I might be right.
Oh, it's a note! Written in a woman's hand. Oh, James, I love you. From yours, Mary.
And look, next to the signature here.
Lip marks, made with lipstick. Oh, what a passionate and romantic gesture.
Right, let's not get any ideas, Susato-san. I am very much a homosexual.
Oh.
So, this bookmark is actually a love note then. That's it, boys. Okay, let's throw the bookmark at him.
Take that!
Yes! It is this love note that has given rise to the pain you suffer. Oh, James, I love you. Yours truly, Mary. That is passionate indeed. Okay, guys, respectfully, I don't know that you guys know what passion is. All right, this barely qualifies as a note. This is a text message. Love you, yours truly, Mary. There's no passion in that. My God. This is why I'd be such a better boyfriend. I'd be writing you a fucking novel. I actually do. I'm not super sentimental with words in person because it's very cringe and awkward and hard. But like when I had a boyfriend on pretty much only his birthday. Christmas was pretty generic. I found it cringe to do Valentine's Day too, but on his birthdays, I would write him I would pen, like, I would take up the full card space to write a full note to be like, hey, here's everything I really appreciate about you, and probably don't tell you enough, but you should know. Perhaps the sender of this note, a certain Miss Mary, is a fly in the ointment here. Oh, fuck! Ma'am! You can't do that!
I don't know the bally woman.
You don't know her?
That note wasn't written to me. It was just in the book. I don't know how it got there.
What? Wait. See, he's for sure... Is his name James? It's Mr. Gadb. Did we ever get a first name? His name is John. Her name is Joan. Do we have a James? We don't have a James. I mean, he could have given her a fake name. Maybe? It was just there, you say?
That's right, what I've been Joan!
A likely story.
Listen here, Joan, you old bat! I explained at the time. I bought the book at that second-hand place, and that note must have already been there.
So the previous owner of the book was using the note as a bookmark?
That's right, that's what I'm saying!
A likely story.
For heaven's sake, woman, look at the name! It's written to James! My name, in case you'd forgotten, my dear wife, is John!
Likely story.
Are you questioning my name now?
Oh my god, I am witnessing too much domestic abuse. And there we have it. Arouse the suspicions of the female heart, and you unleash a beast with the most ferocious bite. I don't think violence is the correct answer. Now, in a final fit of rage, the ferocious beast carried out one last unimaginable attack. Eating the carpet, oh my god. We're gonna call her a carpet muncher. Maybe that's the twist. What if Joan is a lesbian and she's cheating on Mr. Gadb with the other woman, and then, being the gaslight, gatekeep girl boss she is gaslighting her husband into thinking that he is cheating on her when she is cheating on him, and then she had to kill the mistress to not get caught. That's very far-fetched. It's probably not true, but what a wild ride that would be. Unimaginable! The aftermath of which can be clearly seen by observing the carpet over there. A very expensive woolen carpet, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, dearie me! What could have caused such a destructive outburst? This time, madame, I'm afraid it is you who has inadvertently revealed the truth. Your wandering eye has settled upon the answer very neatly indeed. Yes, to explain the dire state of the carpet, we need only look at the Tower of Cakes. Is that what we need to look at? Maybe it's the circus?
But surely Mr. Gadb didn't eat, or Mrs. Gadb didn't eat the carpet.
Yeah, no, of course not. But there doesn't seem to be any doubt that the state of disarray that the room is in is a result of her wild temper.
Yeah, that's true. So this is the last part of Mr. Sholmes' deduction that we need to fix. We need only follow Mrs. Gadb's gaze, and that will tell us the real answer.
Right. Let's see what we can see.
Yeah.
Okay. Usually you gotta do a little bit of a twisty maneuver and find something sussy. You don't have a lot of space to work with. What's this? Can we look at the carpet? Carpet here's been ripped to shreds.
According to Mr. Sholmes' deduction, the tears match those by an Indian lion's teeth.
Which is such a weird out-of-pocket thing to say. Okay. So maybe it's not the carpet. Maybe it's the circus handbill?
This is an advertising handbill for the circus. Batty's Circus. It's in a nearby park.
Yeah, it's the same one that we saw earlier. The one that was folded up in Mr. and Mrs. Gadb's pocket.
Maybe they're very great circus lovers.
I don't know. Why are we talking about a circus right now? It couldn't be that the Hungry Lion is somehow involved here, could it?
Oh dear. I hope not.
Yeah, me too. Okay. Tower of Cakes. We think it's probably not the Tower of Cakes. Maybe it's the candlestick. There is a a candle missing from the candlestick.
This looks like a very old candlestick, doesn't it?
The base looks too small. Surely it's very unstable. It looks to me like even the slightest knock would make it topple over.
Oh dear, that could be dangerous.
Take a closer look at this. There's one candle missing.
Yeah, I didn't notice it.
It's on the carpet. So maybe she dropped the candle onto the carpet and it burned? I mean, let's follow this candlestick lead. Yes! To explain the dire state of the carpet, we need only look at the candlestick. Most illuminating, my dear fellow! And of course, the only possible way out of this logical labyrinth. Yes! The remnants of the ferocious attack in which the carpet was devoured are clearly visible. Take a look at this. Indeed! Well, the scorch marks at the edge very, very clearly give it away.
Scorch marks!
It would appear that this room was the scene of a little marital altercation.
Oh.
Mrs. Gadb's mighty arm muscles left an impression not only on her husband's face, but on the entire room. The force of her strike caused a candle to fall from the holder. Jesus Christ, how hard did she slap this man? And in seconds, the carpet was alight, and the whole corner of the room was in flames.
Yes. Well.
For the most ferocious beast in this world is neither a violent lion nor a vengeful woman, but fire. And in this room, that ferocious beast bared its claws and ran amok. Eloquently put, my dear fellow. So you see, there is but one conclusion here. That when you throw a gay and a detective together, we get copious misogyny. Oh, but look at our swords. Oh, sorry, my sword and his gun. After the sparks of marital discord flew, this room was the scene of a fire. What an odd sentence for us to have said in unison together. So, where do we go from here? Am I any closer to my murder investigation?
Mr. Sholmes, sir. I salute you!
Oh my god, did he die? I don't like that his eyes fucking disappeared. Carpet scorched by a small fire. Are we doing the right thing? Okay, deduction complete. I mean, I guess that's good.
It's these dashed long winter nights, you know. Nothing to do but read in front of the fire. Luckily, there's a jolly good second-hand bookshop just around the corner. Buy all my old novels there.
And in the pages of one particular novel, you discovered some rather illicit material.
For which your wife admonished you harshly, it seems.
Don't know about admonished. Demolished might be a closer fit. And beast is most certainly an apt disgrace, Joan!
Oh boy, here we go again. And the carpet, was that destroyed by fire when the candle fell on the floor?
Afraid to say it was. Happened in the blink of an eye, you know. The whole place filled with smoke. Couldn't see a bally thing. I was caught between the old Styx rage and the rage in flames.
You paint a torrid picture, sir. One that would have been most entertaining. That's sympathy for you.
Yeah. Didn't take long for the fire to spread, of course. The bally furniture started going up as well. We've had to hide the mess behind that screen for the time being.
So I see.
Over there, Mr. Gadb.
Well, you have nothing more to hide now, if you'll allow me. Okay. Oh my Christ.
Had all my favorite novels in that case. But as soon as the fire got a hold of them, well, that was it. Whoosh! Up in smoke.
Gosh.
Then the wife started hurling things at me.
What a terrible sight it must have been.
There I was, back up against the window under heavy enemy fire. Incendiary books coming 10 to the dozen. Worst of it is, I lost my favorite book, called The Lion's Pride.
The Lion's Pride! Oh yes, your notorious love of big cats coming through again. Big cats. Big beautiful women. Big pussy. Sorry.
I assure you, the title didn't influence my choice in the slightest.
So the poor man really did lose something dear to him as a result of the ferocious beast's rampage. Wow, this is wild.
Mr. Sholmes' deductions turned out to be correct once again.
It can only be described as a great British wonder.
I tell you, it was total carnage, flames everywhere, the old stick in full fettle.
Out of interest, what time of day was it?
No, not sure I can remember. It was 2 days ago now, let's see. Around 5 o'clock, I think.
So, at exactly the same time, as a terrifying incident was unfolding outside of your window on the street below.
Shit! That means that they're both innocent of this crime, if that's correct.
Even more terrifying on the inside, I can assure you. The whole of Blighty could have been flattened outside my window at that moment, and I wouldn't have noticed a dashed thing.
So they're not witnesses.
Really?
I'm so confused. Yo, Mr. Sholmes. Yes, Mr. Naruhodo. What can I do you for? Well, I think we've got to the bottom of Mr. Gadb's situation now, but... What the fuck does this have to do with Mr. Natsume's circumstances? Well, I can't help you there, I'm afraid. What? My dear fellow, if you recall, I did say as much from the outset. I warned you that although I knew the retired army man to be hiding something, I could not be sure whether his secret would prove to be of relevance or not. Oh my god! Did I just waste a whole ass fucking day of my life? Son of a bitch! Now, Mr. Naruhodo, you mustn't lose heart. Bear in mind that all things fall into one of only two categories. Those relevant to the case, and those not. That doesn't make me feel any better. Well, no matter. It is of far greater importance that you make up your mind now. I'm sorry? Visiting hours at the prison will soon be over. Oh my god, I spent so much time on this wild goose chase, but what about my investigation? I haven't learned anything! Except that there's a couple that lives in this flat that has really bad domestic violence.
Well, if we're to accept Mr. Natsume's case, we have official paperwork to attend to.
That's it? No more time to think?
Perhaps you'd like to mistake yourselves to bidding us farewell now. I must prepare supper for Mr. Gadb.
Oh yeah, right, okay, nice.
Thank you both very much for your time.
Soseki-san will be waiting for us, and I'm gonna have to give him an answer. Okay, I guess it's that time. Move? The prison. I really don't feel great about this. This is also not the prison, respectfully.
It's time, Mr. Naruhodo. We have to hurry back to the prison.
Well, yeah, I know. That's what I was trying to do. Why don't we, hail a care...
What's the matter?
It looks like something's going on over there in front of the Gadb's place.
Oh?
Oh! Oh. What? I know thee not, old man. Fall to thy prayers.
Who are you calling old man, you rum-looking niminy-piminy?
There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your ancient philosophy.
Who's this Horatio fella, eh? What are you on about?
What the fuck are these people? How am I still meeting people? How long is this investigation? Excuse me.
Eh? What? Who are you?
I'm sorry. It just looked as though there might be some problem here. And my associate here, Mr. Ryunosuke Naruhodo, he's a lawyer, you see.
Yeah, a lawyer. What?
If I could be of assistance, I'd be happy to help. I'm from Japan, but I've studied English law.
Tisk! Fine. I'll be on my way for today. But you mark my words. This ain't over yet!
Oh, ew. Oh, are you dabbing? What the fuck? Get thee to the nunnery! Man, the LGBT is strong in this game.
Do I look like a bloomin' nundio?
Wow! I do hope you're not injured.
Oh, fair Eastern maiden, thou art so gentile. Thank you. What was that all about? There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy. I'm not Horatio, either.
Forgive the inquiry, sir, but are you a lodger here at the Gadb's residence?
Oh, fair Eastern maiden, thou art so right. Yes, I do dwell in this humble abode. Mr. Gadb mentioned that he had another lodger, right? This must be the man. Well, he's also giving supervillain vibes. Do you happen to know the other lodger who lives on the first floor? And that's because we've been raised in a society where characters that are flamboyant men are always evil, for better or for worse, and now that stereotype lives rent-free in my head. Oh yes, a gentleman named Natsume! Oh, more worthy a polemist in my battle of words ne'er could there be! Polyamory? Polmist? What? Sorry? Huh? What are your words? Well, who is stronger? Hamlet or Macbeth? Mr. Natsume and I sparred along into the night. I see.
I'm not sure I fully understand, but it seems Mr. Natsume and this gentleman are acquaintances at least.
Yeah, right, acquaintances. So fair maiden, good gentleman, I can tarry here no longer. Fare thee well.
You know, I didn't really understand him, but I think he's returned to his room.
Well, it seems that he's unaware of what's happened to Mr. Natsume, so I don't really see how he can be of any help to us. With Soseki-san and that man as lodgers, the Gadb house is definitely full of eccentrics. Anyway, I should find us that carriage now.
Yeah, I'm sure Mr. Natsume is eagerly awaiting our return.
Right. Well, let's hope we can get to the prison before visiting hours are over. Yes, let's try. Oh yeah, my quirky man. February 19th, 6:31 p.m. Boy, do I have some good news for you and some bad news. The good news is I'm going to take on your case. I'm going to be your lawyer. The bad news is I didn't learn anything. My investigation was completely fruitless. I learned a lot of drama between a couple, but I don't see relevance to you at all, unfortunately. I'm sorry. I know, it sucks.
Ah! Oh, it's you! You're here! You came! Locum student, Mr. Naruhodo Esquire! I can't believe you came back! I'm so touched!
Right. We're sorry to have kept you waiting, Mr. Natsume, and might I say, you have remarkably straight and shiny teeth.
Oh no! Think nothing of it! Relax! If I were a cat, I would purr with pleasure of the company of such fine compatriots! Noble, nurturing, never failing, and Ebenezer!
Okay, well, let's not get carried away yet. Let's chill. Oh, I quite agree. Wait, what? There's nothing more reassuring than the familiarity of one's native land. On the other hand... Oh, fuck. It is thorough friendship transcending international borders that one truly appreciates the fact. Such is my belief, at least.
Oh, yes, it's you! The miserable rodent spy! Herr Locksholmes!
Mr. Sholmes? What are you doing here? I have no intention of doing anything per se. Save observing, of course.
Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes?
Well, having encountered some curious reading material in that gloomful room, and having unmasked the secret identity of that eccentric pair, I decided I should drop in on my way home to see how our divested friend is faring. Gloomful room! At least your accommodation here offers a window, my dear fellow. In that sense, it is the superior option. Jesus Christ, oh no. Anyway, I must commend you on your taste in books. My day has been a delight, and cost me not a penny.
Ah! You! How dare you! Herr Lachsholmes!
Right.
I've had it. I'm ran through. I'm at the end of my rope.
Give me ein Moment, my phone is ringing a lot. It's not anybody I know, it's a random number. Usually I ignore my phone when it goes off, but if I start getting phone calls back to back over and over, you know, we're all human people, and that mind starts, or that thought crosses your mind where you're like, I should at least look at the phone, because what if it's somebody who I know and they're like urgently trying to get a hold of me? It doesn't appear to be the case. Anyways, let's continue.
I should never have come to Great Britain. It was a mistake. Haunted by spirits in the accursed lodgings. No doubt my luck will be cursed in tomorrow's trial as well. My whole life's been damned!
Okay, drama? Can we chill?
Well, what are you thinking, Mr. Naruhodo?
He mentioned that once before, didn't he? That his lodgings were cursed, I mean? And there's much truth in Mr. Mustache's words. What do you mean? Cursed! It's a wholly appropriate description, I would say. For the man's lodgings. And indeed for tomorrow's trial. What exactly does that mean? I guess we're... Oh, God, this music. Cursed trial and cursed lodgings. What's up, my guy? Mr. Natsume, what did you mean when you said just now? About the trial tomorrow being cursed?
No. Why are you looking so grave? You're making me nervous. I was just getting carried away is all. I didn't mean anything by it.
Oh, I see. Yeah, he's real fucking agitated.
You don't mean the trial is cursed somehow?
What is happening? Are you referring to the prosecutor? The Reaper of the Bailey?
The Reaper? Oh, no. What do you mean? Please, tell me. Summarize it succinctly. 16 salient words.
No defendant has ever survived a trial in which the Reaper stands for the prosecution. Ever. 16.
Oh my goodness! Can it really be true? That was 16 words exactly!
Yesterday, Mr. Naruhodo successfully defended someone against the Reaper, but then, after the trial was over, well, the defendant kind of died in rather unusual circumstances.
Mr. McGill did.
What?
Oh, I'm impressed, Miss Susato. You have an eye for detail.
Actually, the Lord Chief Justice told us.
Mr. Sholmes, surely it can't be that, having failed to have the accused convicted, Lord Von Zeeks killed the man himself, right?
Oh no, he couldn't have. Surely, right?
Ha ha ha! You have some wonderful notions! Sorry? The man isn't a mass murderer. He's a court prosecutor, my dear fellow.
Oh, right, of course. Of course he is.
Of course he is. Then why are you trying to scare me?
It could be said, however, that the real truth about the man is even more terrifying than your hypothesis. What do you mean? What do you mean? Oh, boys. Okay, here we go. Von Zieks is a quite exceptional man. However, in London courts of law, exceptional does not equate to winning every case without exception. Ah, well that's good. Soseki-san looks like he's gonna cry tears of joy. As you are no doubt aware, in a British criminal trial, there is both a judge and a jury. The judge officiates based on the letter of the law, whilst the jury offers public opinion and common sense. It's an excellent system, whereby the defendant's guilt is considered from several points of view. However, public opinion in particular is somewhat easily manipulated. Yeah, learned that in the last trial. Criminals, and corrupt lawyers for the matter, can use it to their advantage. By any means at their disposal, contriving evidence, calling imposters as witnesses, so on and so forth. By such underhanded means, those who would want to are able to sway the jury, which means that even in the light of irrefutable evidence, the prosecution can still fail.
But it means the wrong verdict can be passed.
Yeah, Susato-san, justice is very hard to get down to a fine, perfect system. Sadly, from time to time, that is what happens, my dear madame. It's simply the reality of the situation. And that's alright? Not alright, it's just... I don't think there's such thing as a system that exists that's perfect. However, those indicted by Lord Von Zieks cannot escape justice. Their fate is sealed.
Oh, my.
Through the adjudication system though the adjudication system may seem, wait. Fucking Christ, Jesus. Though the adjudication Although the adjudication may see them leave the courtroom with their freedom, within months, they all disappear. All? How many people has this happened to? It's most striking. Disappear? But how? Ah, by all manner of misfortunes, sir. Perhaps they are trampled under a passing carriage. Perhaps they fall into the Thames and drown. Perhaps they are suddenly overcome by a raging fever. Or perhaps attacked by a highwayman. Oh, no! All examples of the reality of events here in London, I'm afraid, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh. Yikes. I knew it! I'm dead! Dodo! Done for! Doomed! I am not feeling the positivity right now. Let's talk about your cursed lodgings, I guess? When you said accursed lodgings before, you were referring to your room at Mr. Gadb's house, right? Do you mean to say you believe the place is cursed?
It's been a year now, since I came to Great Britain. But I'd only been in London a week before I started to notice strange feelings in myself.
Oh. What?
Everywhere I looked, there were foreign faces staring at me, laughing behind my back. I was sure people were talking about me. I started to become nervous about going outside. They were always staring at me, all the time, from dawn till dusk. So I shut myself away in my room, but even that didn't help. The fear, it wouldn't go away. Oh, you must have been very lonely, having been away from your homeland for such a long time. I've had to move a number of times, most recently to that room on Briar Road a week ago now.
Yeah. Why did you choose there? It seems a little inconvenient.
The rent is cheap, and I have so little money, it appealed to me straight away. Of course, I asked why it was so affordable. The landlord just simpered and said, "The room is cursed." Oops. He quickly tried to cover his mistake, but it was too late, so I told him, "If you have something to say, then say it, but if not, don't mention it in the first place."
Facts. More people should live by that advice. Yeah, well said, honestly.
But it was true. It was all true.
You mean the room really is cursed? What in the Scooby-Doo is happening now?
I mean, ever since I moved into that windowless hellhole. My sleep's been plagued with nightmares. I awake feeling as though I'm being choked to death. And in my waking hours, people are stabbed in front of me as I walk down the street. I'm branded a killer, thrown in prison. Nobody wants to know me. I'm surrounded by scary, sinister spirits.
I mean, it definitely is bad luck.
If only there was someone, just one person on my side. Can no one find it in his or her heart to believe me? Really?
To believe. To believe! It's time to force my biggest smile. To believe. Let me take on this client. Mr. Sholmes. Ah! Mr. Naruhodo, what can I do you for? It's about the case on the SS Buria, if you recall. Oh, where am I going with this? Laboria! Laboria. Oh, yes, that case. The one with the snake. And my boyfriend, actually. But yeah, at the time, I was the suspect, but you believed in me and you listened to my side of the story. And you helped us to investigate. I did I? Interesting. What I want to know is, why? Why was it you believed me? Oh, I see, yeah. You mean... Because you were a grimly dressed, shady Eastern fellow, found with the victim in a locked room. I mean... Yeah, kinda. I'm a little surprised that the answer requires explanation, my dear fellow. It's quite simple, really. You said, I didn't do it. But what if I was lying? Surely you must have had your doubts. You must have suspected me at least a little bit. A little tiny bit. I think perhaps you have misunderstood. I neither recall believing in you, nor in that which you were telling me. What? You see, the only things I believe in are those I choose to believe in.
Mr. Sholmes, what are you talking about?
I make up my own mind about what is to be believed and what is not. If I should like to believe something, I do. The circumstances can hang as far as I'm concerned. But what if I could have betrayed your trust? Ha ha ha! In that case, I should have made an elementary error of judgment, nothing more. Betrayal of trust is an overused excuse in my opinion. Meaning what? Whether or not one should trust another is in the final analysis down to oneself. It is a matter of whether or not one can trust oneself.
Yeah, he's right. He's right! Welcome, student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire.
Whether or not I can believe myself? I mean, yeah, I believe in Kazuma. A defense lawyer is only as good as his faith in his client. And that comes down to how much faith he has in himself. My boyfriend. You were so right, Kaz. God, I miss you. So, am I accepting the case now? Yes? No? Maybe so? Well, my dear fellows, it's time we were leaving, I believe.
Already?
Visiting hours are over, and the guard will be here shortly to escort us out. There is a restaurant near here that serves excellent trout. Would you care to join? Well, probably. I mean, guess you can't, Bubs.
Oh dear, there really is never enough time, is there?
Mr. Natsume. If you'd like, in the trial tomorrow, I'd be happy to represent you.
Welcome, student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire.
Yeah, I'm doing it, Bubs. As I said, I only experienced a British courtroom for the first time yesterday, and although the man that I was representing was found not guilty, I lost sight of something crucial.
Something crucial?
What to believe in, the defendant, justice, or the truth. How to believe, even. But I think I finally worked it all out. I've decided I must believe in myself, above all else, to trust my instincts.
Yes, Mr. Naruhodo.
And my instincts, they're telling me that you, Mr. Natsume, are innocent of this crime. And it's imperative that we prove that in court.
Local Mr. Student, Naruhodo Mr. Esquire.
I'm gonna fight for your innocence until the bitter end, with every weapon available to me. So, I hope you'll permit me to represent you tomorrow.
As I said, when we first met, I'd like to entrust my fate to someone who will listen to me in my native tongue.
Of course, Mr. Natsume. It would be fair to say, Mr. Naruhodo, that your mind was in many ways made up from the outset. You merely needed the events of today to fully realize it. Yeah, I guess you're right about that. That's fine. It's been a roundabout journey, but I got there in the end. Did I, though? Miss Susato.
Yeah?
Would you be willing to stand by my side tomorrow and help me in court as my bestie?
Absolutely. As I said this morning, you may consider me your personal judicial bestie.
Yeah, girl. Okay, let's go bring the courthouse down. The shocking events of yesterday's trial still weigh heavily on my mind, but it's time to stop looking backward. Kazuma believed in me, and Mr. Sholmes believes in me now too. So it's time. Time I learned to believe in myself. So Seki-san has no one. He's all alone, so it's my job to help him, to fight his corner. Tomorrow, in the courtroom, with all the strength that I can muster. To be continued? Yeah, there it is, boys. We're going to court tomorrow. Are you guys gonna be there? 7 o'clock Eastern time. Be there, be square. Thank you all for spending your evening hanging out with me after the weekend. I hope you had a great time. I hope it was fantastic. We are saved. Oh, uh-oh. Oopsies. I didn't... Interesting. Not where I meant to save, but... I guess it's fine either way. Alright, so trial part 1. That's what we're going to be doing in the next one. If you guys could please leave a like on the stream, the engagement is super helpful. Thank you so much as always, and that's going to be all, okay? Toodles, boys!